Might cut this one short depending on what the old ball and chain says in the replies here or in the messages. Trying to find out what I'm eating for lunch. Um, am I the asshole for kicking my brother out of my wedding after he proposed to his girlfriend during the reception? You know, me and my me and the old ball and chain actually. She enjoys the ball and chain analogy, by the way. It's like one of her favorite. She actually hates it, which makes sense. But we've been talking about like proposals and how we both really hate when like the marriage proposal picture has the words "marry me" somewhere there. There's just something really, I don't know. We've also never really felt like gender reveals either. It's like the idea, like we enjoy the idea of like a really good proposal picture, like a beautiful background, like I'm dressed appropriately. I'm not just wearing like a t-shirt. She's dressed nice. Like maybe it's after a date. We found some really scenic looking place. I'm like, propose. I got somebody to take the picture. We're feeling that. It's when it's like on the beach and they've like carved a sandcastle and in like big glowing letters it says "marry me" in the sand. For some reason, that like bluntness, it's like I don't know. It let me know how you feel about that down below. Now that we're a minute in, maybe we can actually talk about the post that I'm here for. I recently got married to my wonderful husband. Be careful saying that because every time I read "my wonderful husband," by the time I get to the bottom, he does something that changes it. But I'm assuming that's not going to happen here. We had a beautiful wedding that we spent a year planning and saving for. It was a small, intimate ceremony with close family and friends, followed by a reception at a lovely venue. Everything was going perfectly until my older brother, 32 male, decided to propose to his girlfriend, 20. Why am I reading their ages? During our reception. He didn't just propose quietly either. He made a big scene, getting down on one knee right in the middle of the dance floor, stopping the music and drawing everyone's attention. It felt like the whole reception shifted from celebrating our marriage to celebrating their engagement. I'm going to go ahead and say that I don't think you're the asshole just early on because he should have ran this by you. If he ran this by you and you approved it, whatever. If he ran this by you and you didn't approve it, it's your wedding. Him just doing it randomly, kind of annoying. I don't know that I would be super upset, but I mean, my wife might not like that, you know. So it's like, you got to ask people. I was stunned and didn't know how to react at first. My husband was visibly upset. I tried to keep my composure, but as the night went on, I grew increasingly Somebody's computer just made a lot of noise. That's why I jumped, by the way. I felt like the whole reception shifted from celebrating our marriage to celebrating their engagement. Why did I just focus? I tried to keep my composure, but as the night went on, I grew increasingly frustrated. I pulled him aside and told him that I thought what he did was incredibly disrespectful and selfish. I asked him to leave the reception because I didn't want any more drama. He was shocked and said I was overreacting, and then it was just a spur of the moment thing. His girlfriend looked embarrassed, and they both left. I understand that it could be a spur of the moment thing, you know? You're at a wedding or a wedding reception, you're like, oh, this seems cool. Maybe I'll marry my girlfriend. But I feel like you should still ask. And even if it was a spur of the moment thing, I would go straight to, you know, I would go straight to your sister and just be like, hey, I was thinking of like this has got me feeling real romantic. I was thinking of proposing here. Would you be cool with that? And if she's like, no, I'd be like, okay, cool. I'll save it for later. I'll be okay. But I don't know. Usually ask. Seems like it'd be a smart idea to ask. Now my family is divided. Some of them think I was right to stand up for myself, while others think I overreacted and should have just let it go. My brother has since apologized, but I can't shake the feeling of having my special day overshadowed. Am I the asshole for kicking my brother out of my wedding after he proposed during our reception? No. Not the asshole. Absolutely disgusting and disrespectful behavior of anyone to propose someone else's wedding. Doubly so for a direct family member. Where was there a ring? If so, that's not a spur of the moment. Oh, that's 100% planned by him. I should come up with a button like Joe Rogan has, where a cough button, but for burps. I eat before I record videos. It's the stupidest thing you can do. Oh yeah, I'll just drink. I'll have a large Coke Zero and with my lunch, and then I'll record a video immediately after. Meanwhile, I'm just the entire time. This isn't a quick apology and move on. A wedding day is supposed to be a singularly special occasion for you and your new spouse and all your friends and family to celebrate. Correct response is to announce OP is pregnant at his wedding. Yeah, that's not a good idea. That's not a good idea. Let's sort by controversial. This one's going to be short because I'm finding out what I'm doing for lunch. Not the asshole. You're the asshole. This type of post comes across a lot, and I always find it juvenile. I guess it's an American thing to go in debt because of a wedding and make a big deal about it or something. It's just a party, people you love. Just be happy for your family. What? Didn't she say it was a small, intimate wedding? That's not exactly expensive. It's just a party for the people you love. I mean, hey, man, do your wedding how you want to do your wedding. That's my thought on it. If you don't want people proposing at your wedding, if you want your wedding to be big and special, you want the pictures to be a certain way, it's your wedding, man. You know, I'll follow the rules. My wedding, smaller, you know, we don't care for the whole fanfare, but people are different. That's the rule. Your brother, on the other hand, is you're the asshole. Is you're the asshole. Gotcha. Planning on having a baby to announce by the time his wedding rolls around. You're the asshole. Having attention be on someone else for 30 seconds really shouldn't merit such a dramatic response. And I sincerely doubt your husband was visibly upset, but he was visibly. I sincerely doubt. I don't know, man. I don't think she would lie about that. You do not propose at someone else's wedding unless you have cleared it with both the bride and groom long beforehand. If anything, she should have kicked him out mid-proposal. Yeah, it sounds like he hung out and things like whatever. You don't rule the universe because it's your wedding day. Get a grip. I think you kind of do. That's the day you do, ladies. I'm going to throw this out at you. You know, that's your day. Like, these people that do all this weird shit where they're like, oh, let's organize a family reunion on the day that you get married. Run it by the people that are getting married. Like, it's their special day, man. They can have that. I know that I make fun of people that are really entitled all the time, and I feel like there's a lot of entitled people on this planet, but there's certain things, like your wedding day, where it's like, you know what? This, in theory, is the person that you are going to live the rest of your life with. Fuck it. Like, magical and dedicated to you, who cares? Let go of the ego. This is funny because every time I come on this subreddit, like, it'll be like, my wife called me a house husband, and I'll read comments who are just like, oh my God, she should call you what? And it's like, no, man, let go of the ego, right? Acting as if proposing on someone's wedding is the worst thing ever must be an American thing. Yes, it's tone deaf, but kicking them out is just too much. You should have told them beforehand if it was that big of a problem for you. Folks turn into completely different people when they're planning a wedding. It's unreal. Do you have any severely downvoted This looks like a legit account. I probably should have double-checked the not suitable for work. Appreciate the support. Man, you're active, man. I don't want to scroll too far, man. I feel like every time I go to somebody's account, I'm potentially risking, like, doxing them, and I don't want to do that because I did make fun of somebody that was like a Drizzy user. But no, you're not the asshole. I think it's pretty cut and dry here. We can keep this one nice and short. Not the asshole. It's your wedding, man. You know, if you want it to go a certain way, I think that's the day when it should. And then from then on, it's downhill. But for that day, good on you.